What's going on, y'all? Woo, I told you tonight's going to be a very special night. And before we get into all the things that they are, if you have not gathered your things, guess what? Your ass is probably incomplete. Man, I know y'all probably don't see me because guess what? I have control over the White House. If Biden can do it, so can I. Guess what? I have your homeboy, my homeboy, the one and the only Brother Claude G, Minister, Pastor, Apostle, Claude G here on this podcast, Takeover. And y'all probably saying I still don't see y'all. That's okay, because guess what? We trying to get this thing in for Brother Claude and his delivery and courier service. Y'all see this on this thing. This is God Delivery Courier and Transportation Service. Hit him up, please, at 469-261-9068. Or y'all can hit him up also 214-821-5224. You can't say I didn't tell you. Now, if you want somebody that's going to do you right, hit Brother Claude up and quit playing with your life. That's what I'm saying. And if y'all wondering, yes, we listen to Betty Right. YouTube might kick me off. I don't know, but we're going to see how this thing goes. Child, let me go ahead and get into this right quick. Oh my God, we just in this thing. Hold on. Yeah, no pain, no gain. And some of y'all going to be bald-headed for the rest of y'all life. And I'm going to leave it exactly where it's at. And I don't care at all. Oh, man, what's going on? If y'all were not into the ministry, hold on, let me get y'all, hold on. No pain, no gain, no gain. When ain't worth having it all. It's worth working for and waiting for. Did you not understand what she said to y'all? Half y'all are hookers. Now, male and female, half y'all hookers. Betty said, oh, hold on. Guilt trip. What? About the night before. You know what I mean. Man, Betty Right gonna get me in trouble. Man, shout out first and foremost. God bless and God rest in heaven. My God, today, Betty Right. Man, you are sincerely missed. You have brought so many times to a family reunion, even when the potato salad wasn't the right type. Of course, it wasn't raisins. Thank God it was no raisins. But you know, some people don't understand the difference between a yellow onion and a purple onion, but that's neither here nor there. And I'm not here to start a fight. White, yellow, purple. I'll leave that where they're set. However you feel about it, damn it, that ain't my business. Anyway, I'm excited, extremely excited to have again, like I said before, I got wonderful Claude G, who is actually y'all host tonight. I'm just facilitating the man who is himself, the entity that is himself, the man that stays in all types of places in and out throughout the week. I'm like, I just want a video recording. Just say, hey, send me a picture and do what you do. I don't know. But at any rate, before we get into that, before I bring my babies on, hey, make sure to like and subscribe to us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. So I had almost slipped and said elephant. I'm sorry, y'all. They were trying to take me down. That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't do that. Don't you dare look for my face. Oh shit, I went to Jesus. Oh Lord, don't take me. I got work to do. Oh, make sure to like and subscribe, and also download, share, and also to make sure to comment. Again, you can find us on most streaming platforms as well as social media platforms as well. Get into that situation as well. I know, you know, look, Lala, she already in the comments, girl. I see you quit acting. Look, hey, man. Oh, man. Again, like and subscribe. Hit us up. If you happen to be, you know, you want to be on the show, you know, you want to get an ad on the show, do some advertisement. You want to say hi. You want to show some support. Or just say, you know, I didn't like what you said. Can we talk about this? Cool. Hit us up at weekendpearls@gmail.com. Again, that's Weekend Pearls with the Z.com. And again, that's how you hit us up. Oh, wow. She says it's Freaky Friday, I guess. Apparently so. You know what? I'm going to do like Harold had told to me. Swiss Navy. That if y'all didn't listen to the last week's episode, you need to listen to it because Swiss Navy will have you choked up really bad. Oh, man. So as I said before, this is a podcast takeover. I'm not your host, but my name is still Cheery. And I'm so excited to bring him on. You know, I didn't get a chance to the past couple of episodes, and I said I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing marinate because that's just like gumbo, child. Gumbo ain't done in 30 minutes. Let me bring them to the room right quick. Hold on. Let me hit this light. There we go. Hey, gumbo ain't cooked in 30 minutes. Y'all stop this bullshit. Stop this microwave mentality about gumbo. Stop thinking y'all cooking gumbo in 30 minutes. Sis, you haven't even hit your rule. What you want me to do with it? All right. With that being said, let me go ahead and bring the man of the hour, your podcast takeover host this evening, none other than what? Brother Claude, how is you doing?
And how you feel this evening?
You know what? I am blessed and highly favored. I don't have my good lotion on the way I wanted to, but I tell you what, I'm alive. I think I'm gonna go with just being alive and in the spirit. I'm gonna go ahead and work with that one. Man, hold on, Claude, because you know, because you on here. Hold on one moment.
Okay.
What is the man trying to tell you? Sometimes flowers mean maybe we should just be friends. Do you get my drift?
Hang if you can hang.
No pain.
No gain. In order to get something,
that's just the right. That's just the right.
Ooh, so let me tell y'all, if y'all just not tuned in to Weekend Pearls, this is gonna be a very lively show, and all the people in persons that I can blame for is Claude because he started this on the text thread, and I was like, okay, this is where we gonna go. This is what we're gonna do. So I'm here all for it this evening. So Claude, I want to say thank you again for being on the show. Okay. It's always a pleasure. It's always a joy. Let me first say I apologize. Yeah, I know I didn't start on time, but I had a business meeting prior to. But I'm in this thing. I'm fully moisturized. I have my cup with me. I'm good. We have no technical difficulties. We hooked up to the Ethernet, not the Wi-Fi, but the Ethernet. So we don't have any audio or visual interruptions in the middle of all of this. Amen and amen. So with that being said, oh man, we got some other people coming on here in a little bit.
Okay.
And you know, Claude had proposed some topics on having again. I'm just facilitating. I'm not your host, but my name still is Terry. So Claude, I don't know how you want to start this thing off. I mean, whatever topic you want to jump into, because I think it's called cause a ruckus either way. But I'm here for it. I got enough arms and legs for all this. I'm here for it.
Are you here for it? Because you know I don't want to get too tough for you, because you know I just want to get into it. The spirit is leading me. I just want to get into it now. I don't want to be too much now, because you know me. Because this podcast here, and well, first let's go back a few steps. I want to thank you for giving me the chance to be on the podcast and be the podcast takeover host, and I just thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your show and being a part of it. And I just want to really seriously, I want to thank you for that. I really do want to thank you for that.
Well,
because I think I done met friends, on the internet, that really. It's kind of hard to meet people in this day and time on the internet because so much going on.
Right.
And everybody you can't meet on the internet, but I really feel a kindred spirit with you. Mm-hmm. You done showed me love. You done showed me a whole lot of respect, and we laugh and we talk about a lot of things. And this is one thing I want to talk to you tonight that's very serious and dear to my heart. But at the same time, I know I get a kick out of tickling you. And giving you
I do. Look, it's a lot of stuff that don't bother me. So I'm like, okay, we having a conversation. That's how I look at when you on here, we're having good conversation. And just know that I respect you first and foremost.
Yeah.
Point blank. And secondly, like I said before, I do appreciate you coming on the show. I appreciate your point of view. I appreciate who you are. And it's just being who you are at the end of the day. And that's all I'm ever going to ask you to be. Point blank. And if anybody don't like it, that ain't my bag. They ain't got nothing to do with me at all.
Yeah,
that's just where we at.
Yeah, that's where we at. And I feel the same way because that's going to be another one of our shows. Because our friendship, our respect, no matter what.
Right.
No one dictates that to me or whatever because we friends and I respect you a whole lot. And we just gonna do this thing, and Lord gonna bless us, and we're gonna do what we got to do.
You sure right about that?
Yeah, we're gonna.
You absolutely right about that.
We're gonna do what we got to do. like I say. But I just, this is a subject. I'm trying to leave some names nameless because I might offend a few people in in my life, but I'm gonna be honest and tell the truth about some things.
And that's absolutely okay.
Yeah, like I say, and tonight I want to talk about, and we had, and you did that thing. We had Sister Wright in the background, and Sister Wright in the background. We for one of her songs, she sung in the theme of my subject tonight. Lord help us.
Shall we? Hold on. Let's bring it in then. If we're gonna do it.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Well, I couldn't resist the urge to tell you the end of my story.
That's what she said.
For all
she said.
Wanted to know, was there life after the pain? After the pain, you come.
It's a whole move. It's a whole move. It's a whole move. All right. Now we done brought Betty back.
I lost my sound a little bit.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Look, go and get your sound back.
Yeah, so let me see if I can get my sound back. Okay, hold on.
Oh man.
Hello?
If you see me reaching, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear myself. I think I had a call coming through and it knocked the sound off.
Oh,
I might have to log back on. I'm trying to see.
Okay.
So I'm just ready to get started. Hold on. Ain't the devil is a lie.
Come on.
Yeah, hold on. Let me try. Hello?
Oh, I'm here. I hear you.
Yeah, you hear me fine, but I can't hardly hear you in my sound. It went bad. So that call tried to come through. Hold on. Let me log off and log back on.
Okay, I can. Look, you want me to take you out?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take myself out. Okay, hold on.
Okay. All right. If y'all probably saying yes, look, and this ain't actually too bad, y'all. I just want to chill out. I ain't have a chance to really get into my lotion today. Look, but let's get it. Can we talk about Harris razors? Even though this is not a paid advertisement, Harris got some really good razors, and them things, man. When I tell you, so Claude, you just jumped in.
Now I'm back in.
I was telling.
Yeah, because the call came through and knocked my sound out. Now we back. Who was you saying about razors?
I was talking about these razors. I'm talking about Harris. Harris now, I used to be a Mach 3 person, but these Harris had went and got this thing like lined up, signed up, and I was like, oh. I said, okay, what we doing? So Harris, now I'm just gonna check you out and see if I can run, get this brand ambassador thing going. But man, y'all actually got some real good razors. I was kind of disappointed with Gillette. Y'all had me all chopped up in the back of the neck, on the side of the neck, look like I've been doing drugs and all types of. But Harris got it. Harris got it, man. I think that's gonna be an advertisement. I'm contacting Harris. How about it? Yes. Now, man. So Claude.
Yes.
As we were talking about after the pain. Now,
after the pain, we're gonna talk about after the pain.
Bring the audience into what we had going on.
What Again, I want the audience to understand. I want to talk about, and it's kind of a personal thing with me. After the pain, I want to talk about, and I know a lot of us here. See, I was born in 1971, so I might be some of these kiddos might not know anything about that. But I was born in the 70s, and I was a teenager in the 80s. And Betty Wright was a big star back in the early 80s, and that was way back in the game. And times were different back then.
Okay.
And we now we're in 2021, and now, actually, I want to speak about the way I'm saying this. I'm trying to figure out how I can say this. I'm speaking about relationships.
Okay.
About love. About Black love.
Okay.
And the difference as time has went on from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s and to the 2000s, and now we're in a new century. It's year 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed how love has changed over the decade.
Right.
I noticed how we feel and how we interact, and how Black love is now. It's different. And it's been something in my spirit most of my life here in Dallas. I've been here in Dallas 30 years. And I've been single most of my 30 years. I've been here most of my life. I've been here more than I've been alive. I've been here in Dallas. I got here when I was 19 going on 20.
Where are you originally from, Claude?
From a town called Moody. It's in Central Texas, on the other side of Waco.
I don't do that. I already know. I know where Moody is. Yeah, I know where Moody is. Please and thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Between Waco and Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Down in Central Texas. Yeah, a little small town. The ones up here is kind of like Box Springs, smaller than Box Springs. It got 2.5 stoplights.
Oh, yeah. So it's in and out. That's what you're saying.
In and out, yeah. Straight through, yeah. In and out, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Blink your eyes. You through it.
You in and out.
Yeah, you in and out. So I was married for like 7 years, and before then, I didn't have a girlfriend in high school. I didn't have a girlfriend in college. Love making. I started out a little late in life. You know what I'm saying? But back then, well, how can I say? I'm 50. I'm 50 years old now.
Okay.
And I think I'm doing pretty good in life. And like I say, I don't have any children, no grandchildren. I got a nice place to stay. Own 2 businesses. Ain't making too much money, but I'm owning 2 businesses. I'm a pretty good guy. Take care of myself pretty good, whatever. And I often think and say that a man like me, back in maybe 25 years ago, it's no way I would be single. It's no way. And that's way before the internet, way before even, matchmaking game shows. People were different back then. Our women was different back then.
Okay.
A man like me, a woman would walk up and say, I noticed that, you're a man and you go to church sometime and da-da-da-da-da-da. I got a homegirl that's pretty and this and that. And she got 2 kids now. But, y'all will make a good couple. You got about 2 kids. They small now. She got small kids. But, I think y'all will be a good couple. And I'm like, yeah, And back then, people would, and like Sister Wright saying, my favorite song on that album, one of my favorite songs all the time relates to my life, is that after pain, how she speaks about how when the couple was going to break up and people would have, like, they would throw a party. See, back then, people don't know, but it's different now. We're going to touch a broad range of things. Okay. But back then, they would throw, and I know you're familiar with that, they would throw house parties and they would throw, parties in the backyard and they would use it to try to keep people from breaking up. And if they heard a couple was breaking up, especially if they was a nice couple, good couple, the women would get together and say, well, we're going to throw a little party and we're going to try to keep these people together.
Right.
People don't do that now. Hell, they want you to break up. Hell, the woman's trying to mess around with your husband, and then the damn man trying to get with one of the neighbors down the street. So they want you to break up. People don't care about you like that, like they used to. They don't care about you.
I knew that.
They don't care about you. They don't care about you now. They want to see you break up. And if you notice some man, I notice, and I tell this all the time, and people get a little peeved at me when I say it, but it's the honest God truth.
What's that?
People now, they don't want to help you find nobody. They so scared that if they help you find somebody, you're gonna be more in love than they are. Your love gonna be better than they love, and that's bad.
That's bad. So Claude, I already know this is gonna get tangy. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in, because we have a guest on here. Look, is this? Hold on, what time is it? Is it time? I'm gonna bring him on in. Look, let me see if that Brother Marlon. Brother Marlon, are you in this thing? I think I jumped a minute in too early.
Hold
on. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's a blessing. Come on now.
Okay. Hey,
welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. Long hair don't care. I just came out of the country. I'm still rejuvenated and fresh. And you can't beat the 10 I got, even if you was in Galveston. Let's talk about it.
I got stuck in a third world country. Okay? I got stuck in a third world country. Do you know I went to the air stewardess? I said, I am an American citizen. How dare you? That bitch just looked at me. Apparently that didn't hold no weight when you went to Central America. I didn't know you had to have a COVID. They said, I need your passport. Here you go. I need your immigration documents. Here you go. I need your COVID test. Excuse me? The fuck do you need a COVID test to get into the United States? So I ended up having to wait over a day to get a test and then to get the results. It was a mess. It was a hot mess. But I'm here.
Welcome back to the United States.
Welcome back.
Man.
Good to meet you again and good to see you again.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that was a lot.
So if you travel abroad, make sure you get your COVID test.
I know that's right.
But damn. Okay. I didn't think that. Well, then again, yes, it's funny like that. That don't shock or surprise me anyway. Now, Claude.
But I will be shocked to say that I now have the first vaccine for COVID.
Good.
Good. Yeah,
hold on. And so for those that are tuning in to This Weekend in Pearls, I'm not your host. We got Claude as your podcast host, Takeover. I also have Marlon on this thing, Long Hair Don't Care, aka Vacation, whenever, however, and I'm still coming back refreshed. Hey, so y'all understand too, is that you can go on to the Walmart app and you can go ahead and schedule a good old COVID vaccine shot on this way. So if y'all didn't know, it's that simple, and you can get you a shot over at Walmart. I'm just bringing it up. All right, now with that being said, this too. Or you need to get tested. I suggest you go to either CVS or Walgreens so you can drive up and do that thing. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. That's what it is. So to bring Marlon up to speed, so Claude, we were talking about keeping people together, talking about relationships.
Relationships.
Yes.
In my experience,
continue on.
Yeah,
continue on because I'm seeing where you're going. I'm here for it.
You're here for it, yeah, because I might make a few people in my life a little.
It's okay. It's okay. I make people upset sometimes. It's okay. Yeah, I can't help it.
But I'm an angel. We're gonna tell the truth tonight. We're gonna tell the truth. And okay. So, but anyway, so I got an example. Got a few people. I got a homegirl. She's like a sister to me. She's attractive, but I never came to her like that. Me and her just always, we used to run the streets together. And then all of a sudden, she decided to find the Lord, and ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the best thing. I tell people that's the best thing you can do. You ain't missing nothing. But the whole time she had a business over here in South Dallas. She was she's a beautician. She do hair, and she has a lot of friend girls. And I used to get on, and we had a discussion. It's funny, everything goes full circle. And I told her, I said, one day I'm doing a podcast a couple of weeks about this subject, and she laughed and said, okay. But anyway, with her having a lot of women, she had a lot of range of different women that sat in her chair. Okay. And I would think she would say, well, and she recently done it 3 weeks ago, but it was the same thing she done years and years ago. But anyway, she has all the different women that sits in her chair. Okay. And you think she would say, well, I got a homeboy that's real nice. He's single, no children. He'll be a great husband, blah, 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 blah. She never did. But you supposed to be my sister. You supposed to love me. Okay. But you never had all these hundreds of women come in your chair. And half the time, they don't have no man, I'm this, I'm that. Some of them have good jobs. Some of them work at Baylor. They have real good jobs or whatever. Okay. You never, not one time, and said, well, I'm going to introduce you to some of my lady friends and some of my customers. Because you just too good of a guy to be single.
Why do you think that was?
Why? Well, not to be flip or nothing. That's my sister. I love her.
No, say it. Look, this is the
point I'm making about this whole podcast is that, again, like we were saying earlier, sometimes people in these days and time, people, when they have their situation or they have love or they didn't marry, whatever, it's about them. Because again, back in the 70s and 80s, I wouldn't be single. It would be too many women trying to help put me with one of their friends or someone they know or someone in church or whatever. But now we live in a different time now. Everything's so fast and instant. And like the word tell you, people going to love themselves now more than anything. Duh. So that's real. Yeah. And so now people, they're not caring about, as long as I have somebody, you got to do the best you can. You get what you can get. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. And not only that, I know another person, same thing. And I confront about this. I say, now all the women you got to come in your salon and this and that and the other. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, I've really been trying, but no, they wasn't. Because again, it's no way that a man like me should be single. And it's all these women I heard, but again, times have changed now. People don't do those things anymore. People don't want to see you together. People are scared of, if I hook them up, and matter of fact, I'm going to throw this out here to you, and I had a person tell me this one time, and this is a married couple. This is a prime example I'm talking about. Well, God, if we kind of don't do that matchmaking stuff, because if we matchmake you up with somebody and then you start jumping on the woman or whatever, they'll be blaming us. And I'm saying, okay, now hold on. I say now, I'm not saying that's not possible can happen. That could happen now, because we're in a different time now. You could set someone up, and then the man end up doing something to the woman or whatever. But the excuse they were using, they didn't want to hook people up or hook me up in particular with somebody because they were so scared that if something happened to that woman, they'll be liable for it or they'll be responsible for it. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? But
okay.
Or just caught in the middle. Sometimes you just get caught in the middle. Like if it's two of your friends, like he was your friend, she was your friend, and then something happened or he messed up and did something to her, then you have to kind of make a really hard choice. I think some people just don't want to be in the middle of that as well. I don't know.
Yeah, and that could be a possibility, Mom. And you're right. But years ago, like me was talking about before you came on to the cast, we were talking about people back then in the 70s had a different type of frame of mind. They were different then. They didn't think about things like that. If they see a single woman or they see a single man or whatever, just like now, it's the same thing. And you think that's worse. I didn't have partners. Just like the old boy said on the song, you had partners. Knowing you single, knowing that you might be halfway good guy, they won't even say anything. And they know a ton of women. They want all the women to themselves. Oh. So they just as worse than them. And the point I'm making is that this was something that just been in my spirit. We have just changed so much. It's no way a man like me should be single by my male friends and by my female friends. But again, we're in a different time now. People are going to be lovers of themselves. People care so much more about themselves than they do about their fellow man. And and it's sad. And also what really been bothering me, if you notice, if you've been watching the internet lately about the Derek Jackson thing and the Kevin Samuels.
Oh, that shit. Go ahead.
But what really drives me crazy, that's a story for another day. But I like him. He says some crazy stuff, but some of the stuff is right. But I don't agree with everything. 85% of the stuff he say I agree with, but that's a story for another day. But anyway, him and Derek Jackson. What I don't like even more, not only my personal situation, is that we're in a point now to tell you how things are so fucked up now. A black man got to tell a black woman how to love. Something's wrong with that. Black men got to go on the internet and try to explain to black women to do to get a man, or this is what you do. The black man have to tell the black woman how to love. I don't get that. Everything's so ass backwards now. And then when Derek Jackson did what he did, then they falling out and crying and pulling their hair out and pulling their weaves out and stuff like that. Well, I thought he was this kind of man. At the end of the day, he's still a man. He's still a man.
Oh, you already know I got some commentary for this shit.
Go ahead. I'm just getting started. I want to talk about why is it that people don't want to help me get love. But I want to hear what you got to say though about that.
Hey, let's talk about it for a moment. It's gonna get real juicy. Hey, because I'm a seasoned man of a certain age, and I'm 7 years. Well, technically, I'm seasoned. This is a very big difference. Old and decrepit mean you can't do nothing. Seasoned mean you good on any plate. No, not at all. I don't taste old. Again, like I said, that's a whole different type of argument. But yeah. So, but I will say this to some of the things that you said. Growing up, into the 80s, into the 90s, and the 2000s. I get exactly what you're saying because there was a different mindset as far as people trying to stay together, love each other, miscommunication, things go wrong, shit happens, cool, boom. If it's a long-lasting and true friendship and, love and a true relationship in itself, then yes. But now, honestly, like you said, though, I will go to the extent of saying that I'm going to say, I know people have something to say, and that's fine, because you can always say this at weekendpress@gmail.com. I will say this, and I'll go on the record and say, is that I know at least half or more, most people are unhappy with themselves and some of the decisions that they've made for their own selves. So when it comes to other people, honestly, they could really give a fuck or give a shit. And in reality, a piece of that I do understand. I absolutely get, because if you don't love yourself, how in the fuck are you gonna love somebody else? Real shit, real talk. Like, who it's impossible for you to pour love out of a pot that's empty. You can't do that. It doesn't add up. How do you all that you're doing is creating this crevasse, this empty well of nothingness that results into resentment and hate. You keep pouring stuff that you don't have. You pouring ideals and feelings and emotions that you don't even have. You haven't even made room for yourself. Like real shit, real talk. Like you're you're exhausting your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, and you don't even have that to give because you haven't even given that shit to yourself. It goes boom. It goes boom. Mm-hmm. So the tie into what you said about people knowing your situation, that, you know, if you're single and, you know, you're a great guy and you have these things going for yourself. But again, regardless of the things you got going for yourself, you're really a great guy. For those that know that, especially for those that are close to us, for them to not, I would say not act on it, even goes to what Marlon said. I agree, because that's a slippery slope. It's just the fact of nowadays, because how things are, and I think a lot of things that have come to light with people and trickery and backstabbing and just people being just absolutely evil and horrible, you really, really, really have to be really careful about how you introduce people, because some people already have the intent to hurt people. And you gotta be careful with that.
But there's another line in that.
What's that?
There's another level to that, in my opinion.
Come on.
So like, you know me, I'm, you know, still young in my prime, 30 years old, even though I think I'm 21. And
wow, but I get called. Okay. Text message of all after the show.
At least for my generation, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit harder. It's not that I had to come to the realization, because I'm a big lover, and really it does play a part where you come from too. I'm from a small city in Mississippi. Well, from a big city in Mississippi, but still small in comparison to Texas. So like, I didn't really see you didn't hear of a lot of divorce. You didn't hear of a lot of, you know, things going on with families as you do in a bigger city. But I know from my generation, we had the highest rate of parents who you know, a lot of us come from divorce. I didn't. I know most of my friends did, you know, and when you grow up seeing that as a kid, you know, it definitely in certain regions, like, you know, it was like a 60% divorce rate in some places. You kind of, as a kid, you develop into like I don't want to say people are more scared, but subconsciously, they don't want to go through what their parents probably went through. Like, I don't think my generation. The older generation was different. Okay. But for mine,
there is a fear though.
Yeah, there's a big fear. A lot of these kids that are my age, or not kids, a lot of us who are my age have seen the worst as far as relationship goes. A lot of them from their parents immediately, or at least from their friends' parents. So I think as we're navigating through our life now, it's a whole different. It's a different kind of world, you know, because we didn't really have social media when I grew up born in 90, but I grew up in like the early 2000s, 90s, whatever. So, you know, we didn't really have social media like they do now. We didn't have, like, you know, we had it, but it wasn't as big as it is now. And we didn't have, you know, all the you know, the dating, things like that. So I think a lot of us just we're kind of new to this. Like, for us, it's kind of like, whoa. This is it's crazy. Number one, all the things that are going on, and number two, we just have that backlash of, you know, coming from a generation of a lot of divorce. So I think that plays a big part into why people say all people are assholes, or people don't give a fuck, or, you know, they just players, blah blah blah. There's more to it. I think it's not always just that. It's a little bit deeper than that. That's just my personal opinion on it.
And that could be a possibility, but, you know, it's a kind of and no harm intended, but between me and you, Mon, it's kind of a generational gap. Like I said, I was born in 1971. You know, I was a small kid in the 70s, and I was a teenager in the 80s. You know, and we didn't have social media then. We didn't have a lot of things you have now, and everything's so fast and instant now. And people don't. That's the problem with what we do on phone now. See, now you communicate through phones and laptops and stuff like that, people were more face to face. You know, you see people all the time. Just like I'm gonna go to the side, and I'm gonna bring another point in about my situation and this. But just like the guy I would listen to some on the radio, and I think me and Scratch was talking about this, DJ Dallas Scratch and someone else, and I think they talk about this on the radio. You know, when I was a teenager, even my early 20s, because I was in my 20s in the 90s, and when you would go to the club, even though rap then was like it was like in his teenage years, but even during the night, they gonna stop and play a few slow songs for you can get with the girl or whatever you want to do, and you can get in a hug, and y'all can do, and you can squeeze on the booty, whatever, and try to get a phone or something like that. Now, when you go to a place like that, they don't do that now. They don't do that. It's boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna shoot you all night long. I'm gonna do this to your baby mama. That's all you hear the whole night. They don't stop and play slow songs anymore. And we laughed about that. And that's the point I'm making, how things have changed. You know, how we in a different frame of mind, how things are now. It's just more instant, whatever. And then back then, you know, in other words, people will set you up. They didn't think about it. And I'm not, I understand what you're saying. I understand what the couple had said, but they didn't think about things like that. They thought about your happiness. How when you was a kid or when you was in your early 20s, how, you know, your sister would set you up with her homegirl or, you know, whatever. People don't do that now anymore. They don't do that because everything's so fast now. You got online dating. You know, it's just totally different. And so, and I'm not saying it's not nothing wrong with those things, but at the end of the day, I always learned that the old ways are sometimes some of the best ways. You know, we don't do those things anymore. And just like the theme of my, you know, subject night, After the Pain, just like Betty Wright was saying, people don't do that anymore. We, like you said, we have a high divorce rate. But you think the couple down the street is gonna come down there and say, well, we kind of heard we're not getting y'all business, but we kind of heard y'all might be divorcing. Won't y'all, let's throw a party, or won't we sit down and talk to them and try to help them? Now, how can I say they don't give a shit now? People don't give a shit, So if you leave, because 9 times 10, one of them trying to get the man trying to holler at the woman anyway, or something. It's just that's the kind of world we're living in now. Just like no names included, but I know some people. I know someone in my general vicinity. Now.
Okay.
This person has women coming in and out all day long. Now you think they would say, well, Claude is over there.
That sounds like a brothel.
Well, leave that alone.
A whole house. I'm like, I'm just call, I call it space. Like, it's not like a whole house for me, but it's me. Yeah. I'm like,
yeah. Well, they just say it's the
Did you drop in? Yeah. Did you drop in?
Like that. Well, let's just say it like this, because you come to the South all the time. It's always in certain areas, certain neighborhood. It's always going to be that one house or that one apartment. It's the party place or the party apartment.
All right.
Okay, so we gonna keep that there. That don't mean that's a bad thing. It don't mean bad things going on, but it's always. I'm the type of person, I don't entertain companies like that. I'm just funny. I don't entertain companies like that.
Right.
But that's just me. Everybody's different. Everybody got it's a place they go, and everybody, they friends come over, they drink, party, listen to music, and I'm not knocking about it. But like I was saying, but you have a lot of those. You the type of person that you have a lot of female friends. They coming over there doing their thing. Whatever you say, well, my boy here, blah 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 blah. He's single, da 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 da. Again, see what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't say, well, hey,
Well, it goes back to this, like, I was born in 77, so I was still a child in that, and then became a teenager in the 90s. So my so I went from
because you ain't too far back. You born in 77, so you born in 77. You had some of the 70s in you.
So my understanding of how this generational gap has gone down has been interesting for me, just for the fact that I've been very aware of a lot of things at a very early age. Like I heard Betty Wright when I was little, and I love Betty Wright now as an adult. Like, I have been a witness to this. I have, I've seen how, decades have shifted as to how people interact with other people, especially when it comes down to relationships. And it's very interesting. Whereas I couldn't send you a picture of me. I had to call you and say, hey, can I come over, or can I meet you somewhere? Let me bust out. Or I can go ahead and break out my flip phone. Yes. Or I can go ahead and break out my flip phone. Not the razor. It's too far advanced. But the flip phone, say, hey, I can text you something real cute, or I can go ahead on my smart beep. Everybody had different time. But yes, you can send beepers and this whole thing, and then now we get the internet, and we can look at porn on the internet, but it takes forever because you had downloaded AOL, and child, just to get an old piece of flick, it took about a good hour to download, but you still had it, but you couldn't get no pictures real quick. You had to wait on the videos forever. Like, it was real. Hold on. Matter of fact, and hold on, the messenger said it. I said, or put a quarter in the payphone. You sure right about that.
You're right. You're sure right. Yeah, you're sure right.
And now everything is so. Now everything is so like this. Like there's no chase.
It's instant.
Like
everything's instant.
Everything is so instant. Like it went from all the part of it I enjoy, part of it I don't. You get a brief idea of who a person is, but the opportunity to really know that individual has been stripped away to a degree, because it's more so of a cat and mouse when you think about it. Whereas, like he was saying, this whole thing about having friends and no friends are single, but you're single, but no one says anything, and this, that, and the third, and because of the age that we're in right now, for one, it's too tricky. It's too much of a slippery slope. But then on top of it, too.
Yeah, you make a good
most
point.
Most people are not honest with themselves in as far as what they like or who they are. Like being who I am, or know what they like, or even acknowledge themselves first in this whole liking process. And so, how do you transition from this I don't know, but yet you want to be, and I'm not talking about you, Claude, but I'm just saying, not for those that they want this, or they want to acquire this thing, but yet you don't even know yourself. My question would be, first and foremost, you putting a lot of burden on this person that you don't even know. Like some of the things that, and it goes back to expectations. These expectations nowadays are so random and just out of pocket that don't make any sense. A lot of these expectations are the things that they wish for themselves. Most people ain't gonna say this shit, but I'll bring it up. Most people in this whole mindset of, what they want is what they want to be for themselves, not particularly you. And it's very weird to me. It's like let me backpedal. Not in the sense of what I said, but just let me backtrack a little bit. Okay. Being that, and I'm not giving y'all too much. Y'all can go to hell on that one. But come from a married household to them being divorced after 14 years. So I've seen the highs and the lows of marriage. I've seen the cheating. I know what that does to a particular person in the marriage. I know what this looks like when a family is torn apart. I get what this looks like when you got a family member that has cheated on the married part. I've been a witness to it, and I know what the feeling is like. Okay. Now, being an adult and knowing the process, and it goes back to what you were saying earlier, Claude, to go from dating to being involved and attaining and keeping a relationship. I'm like, all real shit aside, I truly emulated what I went through as a child. Like, I can't bullshit. So that's the reason I go back to fast forward to what we want, who we are, because honestly, hell, look, long-term relationship, that's something that I always wanted, but I fucked it up. Could have been priorly married. I fucked that up. Cheated on, been cheated on. I have no problem saying it. Like, shit, real. Like, say, I call it spade. Like, I have no issue with putting my shit out there. I get that. Like, I don't have a problem with that at all. The admission of being who you are. But then also, too, not running from those things and what built you up to this. So, to say that, and we can carry on, but nowadays, with the prospect of potentially being with somebody, it's really, really tricky. We got undercover homosexuals, we got undercover racists. Hold on, now I'm finna piss a lot of people off, and I'm gonna say it. We got undercover homosexuals. We got undercover racists. And I'm talking about undercover racists that are black. Let's talk about it because, hey, I didn't seen it. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime, but apparently I guess I was meant to see it. And I've seen it. I've been a witness to it. And I damn near almost popped a bottle on somebody's head. People, before we even get entangled, get your shit together and be who you are, number one. And we put so much weight on ourselves to be this perfect thing for somebody else when in reality, this person is beating themselves over the head trying to do the same thing for the next person who's meeting who in the middle. Like, who wants to be with somebody that's trying to even I say it. Who wants to be with somebody that's incomplete, but they expect you to feel it? Like, who wants to be with somebody that is unsure, but you come in and you give them confidence? You get what I'm going? Like, that doesn't make for me, that doesn't make sense to me. Because I go back to this, and Claude, I'm gonna turn it back over. I'm sorry, it take over spirit. But the reality is, you got too many broken people out here that want to stay broken for the attention. You got too many broken people that are out here that get into these relationships, not for the fact that they in love with them, not for the fact that they really want to be in it. It's for the fucking attention, for the base of it. To say that you want it and you got the attention and you broken. And when the whole prospect of coming up and you want somebody to help you or the opportunity to get help, you don't want it because you want to stay broken.
I heard that.
No, but you be by yourself. You look, look, self-love, I'm all for. But this whole premise of fucked up folks having a fucked up sense of this, that, and the third, and you want to be with somebody, but you fucked up, and you want to admit that you fucked up, but then you get with somebody and you fuck their life up and you fucked up too. Say, no, y'all playing up. Yeah, no. It's not. I don't. It seems like it's just no accountability. Like, it does not. Like, at this time. You know what? But see, everybody don't have self accountability either. Like I can sit over here and say, yeah, I done fucked around and cheated on some of the people I've been with in the past. I absolutely have. Am I proud of it? Absolutely not. Has some of that been revenge fuck? Absolutely. Have I done stuff out of anger to fuck somebody? Yes, I have. Have I popped a tire too? Yes, I have. Have I busted a window too? Yes, I have. There's some shit I done that I can't sit up here and say that I'm proud of, but I will say that I did do it and that there was a learning curve, and I didn't know the ins and outs of me at all. I didn't know the capacity of what trauma I had inflicted, but then also the drama that I brought to these people's lives. And in the midst of it, fucked up some of probably the best relationships I could have ever had in my life. Honestly, my life would have been in a totally different place. Like, honestly, sitting back and thinking, my life would have been a little bit different. I don't stop and wonder, because I wouldn't be where I am. I'm actually excited to be where I am. I really am. Yeah. To be comfortable in myself, be able to tell my truth, be truthful, and own all of my bullshit. Say I'm straight. That puts me in front of some things that I never thought I would be, and to know that despite of what has happened in my life and what I've encountered. With the shit I've done that's been done to me, I've done to people. I get why things are different. Hold on. What did Lala say? Hold on. Yeah, Lala says, not sure why people don't like to take accountability. To me, it says you need to do more work on yourself. You're right. In order to have a successful relationship, you have to be able to say, I am wrong. God damn it. Touchdown.
Yeah, you're right.
Touchdown. Lala say, man. you spot on, but a lot of people are not able to even have a real dialogue like that. And this is not a That's the reason I didn't challenge none of your topics tonight, because when I tell you, I say I had to pray on this. I had to get in my mindset like, oh,
yeah,
where can this go?
Yeah, because I want to get raw with, and I'm not discounting anything you're saying, but at the end of the day, I guess I'm just old school. How can I say I'm trying to say not being ugly? But how can I say this? I'm trying to
say it.
You know, I'm gonna be real.
Say it.
It's just like if and I'm the type of guy, and I know I know 4 women or 5 that are single. I know 5 guys that I know that are single. Mm-hmm. I'm not selfish like that. If I know people, I know 4 women, 4 men. I can only speak from a heterosexual man in this situation.
Okay.
If I know 4 men, 4 women, me myself, I'm not saying that, I'm not minimizing what you're saying, because you're right, because we are living a different time now, and I can understand what they're saying. But I know they were saying those things because they didn't give a shit. They didn't want to help you anyway. But right. It is true. We in this time now where people are not the same. You can set people up, and the man could be. He could be crazy. He could jump on a girl, hurt her, stuff like that. But I'm a type of person, I'm a pretty good judge of character. That's my superpower. I can read people pretty quickly. And I'm not going to turn nobody on to another person, just me, I'm speaking about me, that I know they're going to get that person a problem. If I know I got a homegirl that's good, she's like a sister to me, and I got a partner that I know, I'm not going to turn them 2 together knowing that it's going to make problems with my homegirl, her being a woman. That's just me. I'm not selfish like that. I'm not like some guys, I want to keep all the women to myself. I want to keep all the pussy to myself. I'm gonna help somebody. I want to see somebody have love. That's just me, but I know everybody don't think the way I think. Everybody don't see things the way I see it. That's just me, because I'm old school. I'm like that. But I got to realize everybody's not going to be like that. Because again, it goes back to... Hold on.
Look, you don't have to say it right.
Okay.
Some people are worried about the pussy quotients. I'm just bringing it up.
Exactly. You're right.
Look, I'm going to bring it up.
You're right.
The pussy quotient is very interesting. It is. The pussy quotient.
So in other words, what he's saying is that, if you set this guy, you set one of your partners up, or you just saying just real, you set another nigga up with women, he gonna think, they looking at, well, if I do that, he gonna get more pussy than I'm getting. This and that and the other. It goes back to the thing I said about if a person sets you up, and it's coming from women, this ain't coming from men, it's coming from a woman. If I set these 2 up, they gonna be more in love than me and my boyfriend are. They're gonna have more success in their relationship than we are. And so they purposely don't want to see you happy. They rather see you be lonely to make them feel even better, because they in a piece of relationship. But I'm here to tell you today, amen, Pastor Golf. I'd rather, like I say, I'd rather help somebody than to hurt them. And I ain't know where I'm gonna sit back next door, and I'm right next door, and I'm right across the street. I'm 2 houses down, and I know I got all this going on, and I see somebody sitting over there. I would be glad to say, well, and then sometimes you don't need that, because what some things people do and I don't do anyway. But that's a story for another day. But I'm saying I'm not gonna sit there and see someone that I can help start a relationship. I can help.
Oh Lord, you're right.
And I'm not gonna do, and I'm not gonna do anything about it. But again, it goes back to what the words say. We live in the last days. People are gonna be lovers of themselves, and that's the point I'm making about these 2 people I know, these other person I know personally. It irks me, because what type of person, but then when they get in your face or they talk, oh, you're such a nice guy, this, that, and the other, but you have the possibility to help change my life, but you choose not to, because you're so selfish that you don't want to see me have success in a relationship or have success in love like you do. And that goes back to what Sister Wright said. When they seen couples back in the 70s, in the early 80s, when they seen them about to break up, all these women would get together. All these women get together and say, we're going to throw a house party because we don't want to see this couple. They too nice of a couple. Back then, they didn't want to see not one couple. Not one. You see my finger? Mm-hmm. Not one couple. We want to see
not one.
Look, not one. Because love was different thing. Not one.
Right.
Because love was different then. Because you hear what I said earlier, people not catching on. You don't hear when you go to the club, when you go to some of these events or whatever, and everybody's playing music, whatever, you're going to hear Boosie them talking about shooting you in the ass. I'm going to fuck your baby mama all night long. You don't hear any love songs. You don't hear anything about let's stay together. That's being loved. They don't play that no more. They don't play that no more because they rather you gonna wink out and say, okay, give me your number. And then now they ain't with when we was doing it was with a pen and piece of paper. Now you can get the email, the Instagram, and stuff like that. It's no interaction. It's nothing personal. But again,
ghost phone number.
Exactly.
Ghost phone number, yeah.
Exactly. And people, I know it's just a mess out here, and it just something that irked me. And like I say, in my situation, I still see it. in the 70s, in the 80s, ain't no way I would have been single. Because every woman been throwing themselves at you. Either they friends been sitting there every day, coming to that and I can go, oh, I got a friend you meet. But people don't give a shit now. They don't care.
They really don't. Like
they don't. And again, it goes back to my other subject. How can a black man, and to tell you how screwed up everything is, black men now on the internet, quote unquote, on the internet, are teaching black women how to love. Now, women, if we get to that point, we surely is going to be a messed up race. When our women have to be taught how to love a black man by a black man. When you have them Kevin Samuels and the Derrick Jacksons of the world. Yes, sir.
It's not that people don't care, and I'm gonna speak from my own personal experience on this one.
Okay, your own experience.
It took me 28 years to find like an actual relationship, an actual boyfriend, and that was not for like trying. It just took a long fucking time. How the hell am I gonna help you when I'm over here struggling? That's good point. So you're saying like you don't give a fuck. It's not that they don't give a fuck, or it's like I mean, it wasn't that I don't give a fuck. I wasn't really interested in helping nobody get together because I'm focused on my own happiness and trying to find that. It took me 28 years. So it's like it's a little bit. That's why I'm like I don't 100% agree that it's just like people just don't care or like I understand back in those days it was different.
It was different, which it was very different. I lived
them. Yeah, we have all these outlets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have the outlets. We have the those sites, the apps, and we have all that. But don't get it twisted. Mm-hmm. It's really hard. It's really really hard to find like real love. Now I think a lot of people are just so focused on themselves and worried about not to die single or whatever. I know I was. I didn't want to die single, so I was too focused on my own shit to be worried about what you had going on. So I don't know. Does that mean I don't give a fuck, or does it just mean I'm sorry I was busy?
And that could be a possibility. I'm not. Marlon, you make excellent point. But my experiences, and you got to realize, like I say, I'm a couple of generations, ahead of you. Things were different back then, and that's why I see. That's why people stayed together longer back then because it was a different type of mentality. Those people back then, they had more problems then than they have now because everything's so instant and fast. Remember, they didn't have cell phones, they didn't have apps, they didn't have this, they didn't have now. People got together, they met, they had fun, they helped each other, but people don't do that now. And I'm not discounting what you're saying because sometimes, it's hard to help someone. You say what? You say what?
That's a regional thing as well because, like, I come from Mississippi and it's very much I like you like me and that's what it is. Like, people there are still very, I guess, in a little bit of an old. Even to this day, are still people I went to high school with that were dating in high school are not married. I look on Facebook, a lot more of those couples are still together, like and the people are just a little bit different. So it's also regional too. It's not, it's a little bit regional because if you go up a more country or lifestyle, you don't. I guess you don't have as many. I mean, you can get on Grindr, but the next person's probably 40 miles away. I mean, how your gas tank looking? So it just really depends on how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
You're right, man. You make a good point now. You want to drop the country. You're right. They look at it like that. But like you say, but also like you said, David, you got to look at it like that. People look at the women look at the dick ratio, and then these niggas look at the pussy ratio. I'm telling you. They don't want to see it. And it hurts more when it's somebody who's supposed to be like a homeboy to you or somebody supposed to be like a sister to you. But if that's the case, and then okay, now you tried one time exactly 20 years ago. Now you're gonna try again 20 years later, and now you still have this access to all these women. You're going to church now. You're doing all these things, and all you can do is find one person, and you found me a person that's already that she's heartbroken over another nigga. And I'm like, now, even though you say you're trying to help me, I said I appreciate it, but it's I'm like, boy, it sounds a little suspicious. Now all of a sudden you want to wait 20 years later to try to set me up with somebody, and you and even though the person I found him attractive, whatever. But you found the one person who sits in your shop pining over another man. Now, why would you want to set me up with that person? All the other women,
one word. Can I say this one word? It's called sabotage. I didn't stutter when I said it. It's called sabotage. And I'm not being funny. I'm not saying. I'm not.
We're gonna be honest. And I love this person.
I'm not saying this to be funny.
But
and that's the thing about. And I knew this was going to evolve into something.
I need to do something. I'm gonna disappear, but I'm still here listening.
Oh, go ahead. No, you do what you. First off, but no, I'm looking at this like sabotage because I know I had to really reinvent what I really thought friends were for me.
Okay.
Like my friend circle is very small. Like it's not because I'm not a personable person or a likable person or this, that, and the third, and I'm just mean and this. No, it's not it. No. I've had to learn that you can't trust everybody like you trust
exactly
your family, and sometimes you can't trust your family the way you think you should be able to trust them. So I saved all of that to bring this full circle. If that's just like one of my best friends saying, "Hey, I got somebody I want you to meet." First off, I'm a very peculiar type person. Number one, the first answer probably gonna be out my mouth 9 times out of 9 times it's gonna be no. Secondly, then on top of it too, I don't have an expectation. I've never had an expectation out of any of them to try to hook me up or anything of that. Now, when I was when I was like 18, 19, 20. When again, trying to figure out myself, trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like, just trying to figure out me in general, being a teenager and gravitating towards being an adult, according to the state, trying to figure that out. Yes, I was more open and more prone to trying to figure, hey, okay, well, maybe you see something I don't see, this, cool. Now, as an adult, I have always pretty much shunned this, just for the fact of, not because I couldn't trust my friends at all. It's not that. It's just the fact that I recognize that I'm a peculiar person. I'm there's certain things that I intentionally look for, certain things that I intentionally don't want to see. It's certain things that are going to make me gravitate toward this particular person.
Yeah.
I know my inner workings now. So having somebody that's allegedly your friend and has known you umpteen thousand years, and the opportunity to befriend somebody and get to know somebody, and then it's that gap in that time frame seems shitty and shicey to me. Second part of that, I wouldn't trust this person, because if the first go around 20 prior years didn't set up right, and then here we are into another situation, the situation still don't set up right, that means one or two things. Either you think I'll fall for anything, which is really fucked up, or two, you want me to get falling into some shit that I shouldn't be a part of. And I'm like, you can never introduce me to a motherfucker that's already twisted up behind another bitch. No, because if that's the case, then hey, look here, she in her feelings right now. Maybe she wants some dick. Okay, cool. That's that type of situation. Okay, if you set up that way, that's what it's, because now we're talking about people in their feelings. They still want somebody, so you'll never be that one. You make
a good point.
No,
yeah, exactly.
You won't ever be that one if you so stuck on that one and you twist it, but all you can see, I still want to feel good. Okay, well, you just gonna be a dick. You just gonna be a jump off. Let's call a spade a spade. Like, okay, cool. Yeah. Stop trying to replace. Look. Stop trying to replace empty with empty.
Yeah.
Stop. Because it's still empty, Angel. Like, say, if you're trying to fuck, you're trying to fuck. Call it what it is. And it's so much easier just to say that, because not everybody, honestly, something I had to learn the hard way. Everybody's not set up to be in a relationship.
Exactly.
Everybody's and quiet as it's kept. I had to go through that same thing. Like, everybody's not set up for commitment. Everybody's not set up for honesty. Everybody is not set up for a relationship. There's things, hey, if you don't realize those things before you get into whatever it is that you can get in with that person, I'm going to say this: you're probably going to get your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
You're going to in some form or fashion, whether you admit it or not, whether it's spoken or not. Somebody gonna get their feelings hurt.
Yeah.
So,
or you're gonna learn a very good lesson.
And who wants to do? Oh, child, shit! Oh my God!
You're right. Yeah, because we're
right. Like I have no argument with Marlon. You're right. You're gonna learn a valuable lesson. That's a hard one to bounce back from.
I know that's right. Yeah, and I've been down a lot of them roads, and I want to piggyback on something. I want to go back a few steps. First of all, I'm gonna say this. I'm saying, you know me. I'm gonna put it just the way it is. I'm gonna put it out there. You know me. I'm gonna give you life. You know I'm gonna give you life. I'm gonna tell you something. First of all, let's go back a few steps. I know exactly what you're saying because everybody don't have your best interest at heart. They just don't. Number one.
You can't trust everybody.
Exactly. And number two, just like you said, my situation, Duke, I don't have a lot of friends. I'm gonna tell you why. And I know this ran a whole lot of people off. A lot of them know that old nigga crazy. You know, I said and I told them, and I meant this, and I've been saying it.
I love a crazy motherfucker. I just do. I love crazy people. I really do. I'm grown to crazy.
I told him, I said, let me tell you something. I say, when you call my phone, it's only three things you need to be calling my phone about. Either you talking about God, or you're gonna help me make some money or give me some money, or you're gonna give me some pussy or help me get some pussy. If you're not talking about those three things, we don't got nothing to talk about. Don't call my phone. Don't call my phone, period. And they like, nigga, you crazy, da da da. And man, you got to know it's just what it is. I'm just being real. If you ain't talking about God, you ain't talking about no money. You ain't talking about getting no pussy. I'm telling you, it's just like them. I had a lot of people talk, man, that nigga crazy. I had to quit calling y'all. I said, yeah, because I meant what I said at this point in my life. At this point in my life, if you ain't talking about God, if you ain't talking about helping me make some money or giving me some money, or you don't want to give me no pussy, help me get no pussy, don't call. I don't want to talk. I don't want to be on the phone gossiping about niggas. I don't want to be on the phone talking about Netflix. If you ain't talking about those three things, don't call my phone. It ain't nothing else for us to talk about. That's only three things I'm interested in.
What did 13 reasons why do you? What did 13 reasons why do to you?
You said what now?
I said, what did 13 reasons why do you?
Microban.
So
it keeps killing 99.9 of all bacteria over 24 hours.
If you ain't talking about God, don't call my phone. And I'm gonna tell you the part two to that, but I'm gonna go back and say it one more time. If you ain't talking about God, you ain't talking about no money, you ain't talking about no pussy. Don't call here. Don't call. I don't want to hear. Don't ring my phone because there ain't nothing else we can talk about.
I text. That's where I am.
And the second thing, maybe I'm single, whatever. But I tell them if you ain't coming over here to my address, and you ain't taking your clothes off, don't come. If you come over, you coming out your clothes, you come over here. You gonna get naked, you come over here. So if you ain't talking about taking your clothes off, don't come over here. Don't even do it. Because you coming out your clothes, you come over here. So that's just what it is. Now you know I was gonna go here. You know I was gonna go here.
Okay, so
I actually agree with you.
Marlon, go ahead. Marlon, no, hold on, no, fuck you, no. Marlon, okay, I'm gonna let Marlon jump on this because I my mind is shifted. Go, Marlon, jump in on this one, Angel.
I agree with him, but I think I know if I'm like him, if we have fucked before,
okay,
and you're back at my place again.
Okay.
Like you said, something's coming off. Period.
Actually,
I
will.
Good, you wouldn't be back over here again.
When I was backsliding and flailing, I would absolutely agree with Marlon. I agree because there is a known thing. Like, okay, well, I'm over here, we drinking and sipping, and boom, there it is. So yes, I agree with Marlon. I absolutely. But that's the thing, though. That's being honest and knowing what the situation is. See, and a lot of people are not willing to own it. Like, say, hey, you know, all bullshit aside, say I come in this thing, say, hey, boom, bop, and say, you know what, we already made this thing squeaky, so let's go ahead. You know, it. Most people are not honest enough to operate in that manner, and sometimes, even I know that, you know, as a man, some things that's a given. Like, I can't say, and then I'm gonna be wrong in saying that. Like, I can't say that for women because I'm not a woman, but I know for a man, my mindset, like, you know, that, you know, I'm gonna be honest. Like, say, if I done got it in, I done got it in. You know, I come see you. Like, I got my little bag. You know, yeah. I'm like, okay, now let's not bullshit. Hey, but that's real shit, real talk, though, right? So that's the reason I'm like, if everybody's being truthful in it, whether it be men or women, but that's a true and honest conversation. I'm like, y'all can ask my cousin what I got him for his birthday. I got him a whole bag, a whole toiletry bag. Let me tell you what that whole bag entitled. It came with deodorant, mouthwash, toothbrush, toothpaste, dude wipes, powder, condoms, lube, cologne. What else did I put in there? Hand sanitizer, napkins, and it was one. I had to remember what the other thing was. But again, that whole bag will carry you through the night. Amen. So again, that goes back to, if people are honest in their intentions and what they want and what they're trying to do, a lot of those unnecessary, uncomfortable conversations won't even exist. Like, cool, we hanging out, whatever the case is, but say, we done fucked around, it was good. Say, hey, let me get, you know, there's a thing. The honest, like, real shit, real talk. Like, most people are not even on say that. Like, they just not. But if you know that you more inclined, if you done fucked around with somebody and, you know, you around them again and y'all by yourselves and shit, you know, the inclination to bust down is bust down. Like, it's the 99.999 unless something just ain't working today, but it's just what it is. It's just what it is. And this goes for females too. Most females are not going to have this type of conversation because there is a different perception when it comes to women. Because they're gonna get called hoes, and that's unfair. Because men can be whores too. Men can be flat out bitches too. More so than women. I will bring that to the room. Call it what it is.
It is what it is. And I'm gonna tell you, but now these women out here are getting worse than men.
Treachery. We call it treachery.
They doing the same thing now. They doing the same thing. Yeah.
I hate you, ball. They really do it. Look.
And doing it better.
Yeah.
Agreed. Say that's a whole different conversation because that's
so but they doing it better. But I'm telling you, you're right. I didn't that. Yeah. And like I say, and and I guess and I've been on both sides of this fence. But I'm just going back to the theme of this thing. After the pain, I know how it is be a single person who has a lot of love to give. And then you see guys out here, and women too. You see guys out here. I know somebody on a personal level. Got two women. They both know about each other. They don't care, and stuff like that. And I said, hell, I can't even get one, And you see people, and I'm not trying to be flipped. And I'm riding Earl blowing ice cold. It's in the middle of July.
Ice cold, Earl.
Earl blowing ice cold. And you roll in, and you see a niggas walking down the sidewalk, and she following him, and they just sweating. But they holding hands just in love. And I see, look at that. They don't got a place to live. He don't got a car. He don't got nothing. But I tell you, he getting more than I'm getting. He getting more than I'm getting. My place is laid. I got two regular vans. And can't get, and I mean, they walking down Malcolm X and just being love. Just being love. I'm like, hold on. And I'm looking.
Well, Claude, let's talk about this because you had brought that shit up. Okay, you won on that one. So my question would be, is it just plain old stupid, or are you in love? Because I'm gonna be honest, it was a time when I was backsliding playing in my early days. I wouldn't mind getting on that bus for what was mine. I didn't have no problem if I need to walk up the road to get it. That I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, we all have been there. I have grown
up.
Bus will take you places. That bus can take
you
places. And it don't miss no stop. It don't miss no stop.
Look, I have grown up. So now I'm like, I feel as though I don't want to look. I'll be mad as hell. I got to share my cold air, and you just got in here and you smell like self from outside. Look, I just, Ooh, now hey, love might look like sweat walking down the street in the middle of July in Texas. I don't know. No. I don't know.
But I'm being real. I'm being serious. I'm telling you.
Yes.
And I'm saying they be holding hands and everything. We kissing, tongue kissing and everything, and it just be sweating. But that's what they. But you would think. But that's how crazy our times are. That's the point I make. That's what I'm talking. I'm not trying to put nobody down, whatever. I'm just saying. But I'm just being real. I'm being honest. I'm just saying that.
Yes.
You can see love, and like I say, a lot of it is based on stupidity. But you somehow a person could be like this and can't find love or get love.
Right.
And a person like this can have plenty of it. It's crazy, but that's the kind of world we living in. That's kind of where I'm being absolutely serious. That's the kind of world we living in. And like you said, and then this is kind of going sideways the subject. I didn't want to go here, but I used to sit back and laugh at guys when they did certain things, whatever. When you do certain things, it's not funny. I met this girl. It could have been a trouble. Somebody could have got hurt. She would have got hurt. But that's a story for another day. But I can respect you if you come to me and tell me, well, look here, Claude, look here. I'm selling my pussy. I'm selling it. I'm not trying to be your girlfriend. I don't want to date. I don't want to do it. I just want to, this is what I do. That's the reason why I go to the clip club, but this is what I do. I can respect that. Now, I already knew that this woman's already doing that. But sometimes, and I used to laugh at niggas like that. But you can't help it. Now, I didn't catch a lot of feelings, but I caught a feeling. I did catch a feeling. And you got to realize this is what this person been doing since they were like 19, 20 years old. They're not gonna change, no matter how good you are, no matter what type of nigga you are, no matter what type of potential you have, what type of hustle you got. And some people, they don't make sense to me. Some people wanna sell pussy. They want to go to the club, sell pussy for $25 or whatever. That's what they want to do. If you had a chance to be someone, you had a chance to be in love. You had a chance to turn your life around. You had a chance to be with a man that really loved you and whatever could potentially love you. Because like I learned, I've been running these streets over 30 years, and I know this is going way to the side. And
talk about it.
Me and this preacher talked about this one time. But sometimes some hoes can make the best wives. I'm telling you, some hoes can make the best wives.
Okay. Go keep going. Because you kind of lost me, but keep going. I need to hear this. Keep going, because I'm like, I know where you're going, but I need confirmation. Go ahead.
Anyway, but like I say, but it goes back to the point you were touching. I can respect her. She came to me and said, "Well, no, look here, nigga. I'm not trying to like you like that. I'm trying to sell my pussy. That's it. So either you want to buy some, you don't." I can respect that. I'm not gonna get mad at her because you got to do what you got to do. I'm not mad at you, but at the same time, you can't get mad at me if I don't want to do that. Don't treat me, and I had to say, I talked to this person 2 or 3 times. I'm not no trick. Don't come to me like I'm a trick. Don't treat me like a trick. Don't talk to me like a trick. Because just like you telling me that, I'm telling you that stuff. You ain't woman enough to do it. I'm meant to tell you what now. Because if I want to buy my pussy, I go down on Colonial and buy it. I go down there. I give it to them dope fiends. Because they need it.
Why aren't you going on Colonial? But
that's for another way. But anyway, I'd rather give it to them. Yeah, them
I don't know about Colonial.
Yeah, but I'd rather give it to them.
What side of Colonial you talking about? If we talking about a cross, look, we talking about a cross from 175. What side of 175? Which side?
On the side of 175. Now, both of them. You go to the dead end down by Playmates. You can go the dead end way down by Playmates and get it, or you can get on this side of Colonial. By the funeral home and by the old Kentucky Fried Chicken and all that.
I'm going to say I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you know what I'm talking about. I know
wait a minute. Oh, look, I'm allowed to tell a lie. I don't know.
I know that's right.
About.
Yeah, it went over your head. I know you missed that one, but anyway.
I know. I know the whole stroll is. Look, I never said I was clean. Now, I know said what I said. Yes.
But for someone else who was in the world at one time, that was in the world, that's been in the world.
And that's right. It's okay. It's okay.
But like I said, I'd rather give it that dope thing. I know Speedy can use it, but like I say, but I'm telling you, I'm not gonna do it for you. But I can respect that. I can respect that. Is that what you do? She ain't the first, and ain't the last. She goes out there and running them places doing that. But I'm telling you, I'm not gonna do that. That ain't what I want to do. And so if I'm man enough to tell you, yeah, I'm gonna pay for it. If I want to, well, here's $20, here's $25, whatever we do, whatever. that's my choice. If I don't want to, that's my choice.
You're right.
But
no disagreement on that.
But don't come to me, and trying to play me like a trick or whatever, and this and that and the other. And sure, and you got two different baby daddies, and you do that shit with your baby daddies. Don't do that with me, because I'm not them. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a baby daddy. I'm an ex-husband. See, I'm not a baby daddy. I'm an ex-husband. So, like I say, that's a story for another day.
Wow.
So Claude, Lala playing too much time. Please do tell how you know these things. First off, let me tell you something. When I was in these streets, backsliding, flailing, hey, I'm worried. I have a worldly knowledge now. It don't mean that I've been pure my whole life. And it don't mean that I ain't done some shit that was like, oh, really? Yes, I have.
Yeah, we all have. Hey. It all depends on what you're doing now. Now, what you're doing now.
That is true.
But we all need to get our houses in order. We need to get our houses in order.
I'm telling you.
That's a story for another day. But anyway, if you ain't been out there, you can't tell nobody and show nobody if you ain't been out there. You can't tell nobody this and that if you ain't been out there. See what I'm saying? But that's another story for another day. But
that's a whole different conversation, Claude. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, like I heard this preacher. I know they got this church on Overton, and I'm trying not to be too ugly tonight, but it was something he was saying. He was saying how the people in the church had to tell him how clubs run. His whole entire life, he never been to a club. So the people in the church would tell him how the bars look and how it's set up. He was preaching a sermon. He was telling, because he they are like the holiness. So, he went to church as a kid, 5-6 days a week. He never been in the club. So people had to tell him again how clubs work, how they look on the inside, whatever. And remember now, these are people in the church that used to be out there. They tell him so. But I'm not saying that he don't know what he's talking about. But sometimes it's hard for you to try to tell somebody the good news and don't do the bad news if you ain't never experienced the bad news.
Well,
I'm just my opinion. I'm not saying he's wrong because he ain't never been out there, but I'm just saying I can tell you a lot more. I can tell you because I've been running these streets over 30 years, and I didn't see them come and go and mostly go. And like I was explaining to no girl, because you coming up here trying to run this country game, I seen it a mile away. I seen it. I'm telling you, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm not going to do. I know what you're doing. Don't come to me like that. You know what I'm saying? But that goes back to another subject, because at the end of the day, sometimes you think, well, I sure could be a good boyfriend to her. I can be a good guy to her. And even if we just messed around, I try to explain to her, I say, we just messing around, I'll be like a husband. You just messing around with you. That's how I do it. But I couldn't get her to see that because you know why? Because that's not on her. That's not in her mind. That's not in her heart.
Right.
She don't have no good heart. She don't have no good soul. That's something she's been doing since she's 19, 20 years old, way up in St. Louis. She just migrated here. She told me that. She admitted that to me. Instead of, she throwing out little hints. I already know what you were. You don't have to keep throwing out hints. But I was doing, Claude, I was doing this back in St. Louis, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know what you're doing. I know what you're about. You know what I'm saying? But I can't, but at the same time, knowing me smart as I am, streetwise and common sense wise and business wise, I should have known that's not going to bear fruit. It's like my grandma used to tell me, that's trying to get water out of a dry well. That's not going to work.
Sure, right.
I'm trying to put it like putting a square peg in a round hole. It's not going to work. Like I say, but at the same time, you can't help what you help. Like I say, I used to laugh at niggas like that. But when you go through that, it's not funny. And like I say, I'm one crazy because at the end of the day, I'm not crazy enough. You're not going to get my money and make me look foolish. Now, I might catch a feeling here and there. And I caught one feeling. And it happened. I got to be man enough to admit it. Okay. But I'm not fool enough to give you my money. I'm not fool to give you my money. I'm not fool enough to let you make a fool of me. Because I'm not running up to the truck stop to give you some ice and 2 tacos. If you selling pussy, you need to. I want to know what kind of pussy you selling. You can't get 2 tacos and a cup of ice. And the Taco Bell is right across from your counter in the truck stop. So I want to know what kind of pussy you selling. You can't get 2 tacos and a cup of ice.
Okay, can we talk? Hold on, stop right there. Hold on. Oh shit! I gotta get this out. I have a moment. I'm having a moment. Hold on, because they shut up, Marlon. I'm having a moment. So hold on. Oh shit! It was okay. It's on my spirit. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna go in. Claude, I'm sorry. Everybody that's watching, y'all have just not tuned in to Weekend Pearls. I am not your host. I'm a guest, and you have your wonderful podcast takeover host, wonderful Claude G of Claude Entertainment. Hey. So I'm gonna say this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put this out here, Lord. And my goal was not to put some of my business out, but apparently every time we get into the depths of the water,
exactly.
This ain't 3 feet. This 6 foot. This ain't 3 feet. This 6 foot. I don't want feet. I want foot. I want 6 foot. Hey. If you, I'm just gonna say this, whether it's be male or female or non-binary, whatever the hell you want to call yourself, whether it be a wet cigarette, a postage stamp that's out of date, or you just want to be some screen cleaner for your laptop. Hey, if you fucking for Cinnamon Toast Crunch versus a Tesla, hey, we need to sit down and have a conversation, because I'm gonna speak on some shit and I'm gonna leave it at that. Now I remember this one time in band camp. And hey, I'm going to bring up, this one time at band camp, I didn't have no instruments, but damn it, I was still a part of the band. And that one time I had laid down and done all this unnatural things, this, that, and the third, and ended up with an engagement ring. It was real, and it had diamonds. Fuck that Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What the fuck y'all? First off, male or female, y'all look now. I don't know what everybody's intention is, and that has never been my intention to go out and hunch and get things from people. I've never been that way, because I'm self-sufficient. I'll do it. Look, I got a hustle mentality about me. Like, I can provide for me better than anybody. I don't. That ain't the ministry for everybody, but I know for me, exactly. I'm set up differently, so I don't need you to. I got it. But if you out here, and this is the thing, y'all have to understand the quality of the things that you're bringing. Let's talk about the things that you bring. If you got quality stuff, male, female, or indifferent, whether it be a latex dog you done paid $3,000 for, but yet you still got some good stuff. Hey. All you want is Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Angel, we got to talk about this today. Because hell, if I can go fucking I can almost fuck somebody and get a 4-page letter in 2 days. Or I can go fuck somebody a weekend, and the next weekend I get an engagement ring. Look, we got to talk about this thing now. These are some standards now. $20 only take you so far. And I mean, at a certain point, you're going to have people start dropping more chicken in churches of Williams. $20 going to take you fast. Like, it gets you, it'll run you good. But some of the shit you asking for, they're going to have to drop some more so it'll be fresh. No. Stop. Y'all want a whole meal, but you out here fishing for crumbs, Angel. That don't make sense. You're trying to fry fish with no seasoning. Y'all trying to.
Sometimes you get excited when you catch the goldfish. You don't know there's a catfish out there.
Are you talking about the Pepperidge Farm goldfish? They sell them in Walmart. Not being funny.
I'm talking about the ones you get at the state fair.
Look, the extra sharp cheddar, the Parmesan. I'm being real all day. Like,
I'm talking about the ones you get at the state fair.
It's gonna die tomorrow. It's gonna be in the bag with a little. That water was hot.
Excited to catch. Sometimes people be excited to catch their little goldfish because they don't know it's a big old catfish out there.
Oh my, hold on. Lala said I'm done with y'all. But now I'll say real shit, real talk though. Whether it be male or female, or feline, or a horse, cat, or dog, damn it, look. You have to have some type of. There's nothing worse than having quality intimacy, but to be a know-nothing motherfucker, because that's a lot of times, regardless of gender or non-gender at this point, you end up with people that can fuck so well, but that ain't shit. Like, and honestly, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is just from what I've seen. And a lot of times it's been more so. And again, ladies, if y'all are feeling different, you are more than welcome to hit me up at weekendpearls at gmail.com to express your feelings But in all actuality, all real shit, real talk, it seems to be more so women that deal with no nothing dudes that got good dick but ain't shit. Like,
yeah,
that's what you predominantly hear. But my point would be this.
Yeah.
Again, you fucking what's a cost that you pay? Like, basically, he's tricking you. Look, let me rewind because I know I'm gonna piss off some people. Hey, you're getting tricked. There ain't nothing wrong with having good dick, man. Hey, but at the same time, too, female, my counterparts, my wonderful ladies in general. Hey, I would be the first to say, just get you a motherfucking toy versus fucking with a no nonsense motherfucker that got good dick. Because at the end of the day, you are not going to end on the positive end. You are going to get on the deficit end of this. You're not. Either you're going to be in the black or you're going to be in the red.
Listen, I was at one point, I know shit nigga with some good dick. Okay, we can learn. We can change. We really can.
Yep. I bet you can. I just hate. I'm just saying, but I'm listening to what y'all saying. I'm looking from a whole lot of different points of view. But can I say this? I'm gonna get even raw. I'm gonna get even raw. Let's go.
Yeah, look, y'all go ahead. Y'all continue. I got to pee. I got my earbud. I can hear y'all. I can respond. Y'all just won't hear me pee. I'm just bringing it up. Hold on. Lila say yes. You're gonna be left with some hurt feelings, baby. Hurt feelings, drenched in cum, and you still gotta wash your sheets. Is that what you want? I'm just asking for a friend. Y'all continue on. Go ahead, Claude. I got to
Yeah, as long as you got the, I want you to hear what I'm saying. Let's go to the side. I don't take this conversation to the side for you. Let's go back to what I was saying. Now, I'm not knocking. Well, how can I say I'm trying to say? Now, I'm the type of person, and I look at things from a whole lot of different points of view. Now, first of all, I'm 45. I'm a 45-year-old woman. I got 4 kids, 2 different baby daddies. I'm from country-ass St. Louis. Okay, now both of them wasn't no good, and I guess you met the nigga from Oak Cliff way up there in St. Louis, and you migrated down here, whatever. But anyway, you have to get your regular man. He ain't help you done nothing. He ain't help you done nothing for your kid. And on top of that, you know, you've been selling pussy since you were 20 and 21 years old in the club. Okay. Now, I'm thinking. Now, you get here. You ain't, you know, like I say, you doing all these things out there in the clubs out there in Oak Cliff and doing all these things. Now, well, let me go to the side, then I'm gonna go to the back, then I'm gonna come back to the side. I think it's crazy because first of all, you didn't hit the jackpot. You didn't met a nigga that's your same age that don't have no kids. I'm like a unicorn in the hood. You don't got no kids, got all these wonderful things going on, but you rather sell pussy. I would think, okay, now I done found a nigga that's gonna accept me for who I am. I done found a nigga that knows what I done, knows in the past, and don't care about my past. He might overlook a little bit. But I'm going to change. I got an opportunity. God only sometimes gives people one time in a lifetime opportunity. I'm going to take that. But I'd rather go to the Cliff Club. I'd rather go to the After Hours and all these spots. And you got to mess with all these niggas. We're going to keep it real raw. And I'm going to put it out there. I don't care if the person like it or whatever. I doubt it. But you're going to get up here and do all those things. First of all, you're 45 years old. Trying to hustle drinks out of niggas. Trying to hustle drinks. You're 45 years old. You got these girls out here 20. You going to the strip club around niggas that are your kids' age. And some of them friends are probably up in there. Man, I seen your mom in the strip club. I seen your mom at the place. That's stupid in itself. It's stupid for a 45-year-old woman to go up in the strip club. You ain't stripping. You don't got no ass to do it. Why are you up in there? But you in there trying to get drinks out of niggas. You're trying to hustle drinks out of niggas. First of all. Second of all, it ain't like you're rich. Now, you sit up there working at the truck stop. You make your little money drive for it. And you do all that. I'm going to do something. You tell me the niggas you pussy to. You can't get one where you want 2 tacos to fight. I'm laying on screen TV. You like I want to
Claude.
I won't get
Claude. Hello.
Hello.
Claude.
I'm here.
Oh,
He was going out really
he was
fast.
going. Yeah. Okay.
I'm actually about to die, and I gotta go make this lift.
It's okay. It's okay.
Can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me? Because I see Claude, but I can't click him. Okay.
I can hear
so
you.
Hey. Okay. So hey, Claude, I'm trying to click you, but it won't let you back in. So I don't know if it's your connection. Hey, so on that note, damn. Hey, this comment. Look, I'm gonna try, but hey. So everybody that tuned in to Weekend Prayers this evening, I really appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate Claude. I appreciate Marlon, man. I appreciate y'all so much. This has been an interesting conversation all the way around. Like, I can't even click on him. He just popped back in. I can't even get in. I'm going to text him in a minute. But again, I appreciate everybody coming in. And so that y'all know who came into this old situation of all situations, you already know. Brother Claude, man. Hey, we have to have a part 2 of this because I can't even click on you at this point. I can't even add you in. But again, y'all make sure you check out God Delivery Courier and Transportation Service 469-261-9068. Hey, tell them Terry sent you from Weekend Pearls. Claude, I'm still trying to click you and it won't let me add you. So I'm gonna call it what it is for what it is. But hey, guys, gals, schools, girls, goblins, and those with diverse selection, those that don't know who they are. Or if you just happen to have a flashlight and you ain't got no lube, God bless you. And we're going to pray for you on today. Again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. You can hit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Weekend Pearls. That's Weekend Pearls with a Z. I got to have a part 2 to this because I still can't click Claude. I see you, but I can't click on you. I'm like, here goes the finger. I'm hitting the trackpad, but I can't click you in. So, Claude, I'm going to text you in a minute. We got to do a part 2 to this. I got to schedule that so we can finish this conversation. But, hey, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in tonight. Lala girl, you think you slick, but I'm going to mess with you on Twitter in just a moment so you can get in. But, again, y'all make sure y'all hit up my boy Claude. Again, I appreciate you for the podcast takeover. Marlon, I'm still upset that you're over there smoking. I'm offended. My feelings are hurt. And I'll text you separately. At any rate, love y'all guys. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. And we out. I'm going to go brush my hair. That's all I got for y'all. And